mute everything? Man. All right. Look at me. I'm fucking everything up because now I'm flustered. Woo! I love being flustered. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the most professional amateur podcast on the internet, the Sooner or Later podcast. I am the most flustered host, Joey Guevara, and alongside me, I have James, the Master Debater Lopez, Eric, Mr. 4K Nieto. See, look, I dropped it this time, even though you picked another foreign film. And Mrs. Gaslight herself, Alexandria Medina. This week,
it's time to go.
We're gaslighting.
This week, we're all gas on that light. We had Train to Busan because Eric said, I know last month was Scary Month, but I think for Christmas, I want to watch a horror movie.
We never said that. We were specifically going to pick.
No, we did. We talked about it. We should
have said something.
We had so many meetings. Hey, but like,
make sure you pick a Christmas movie.
After what you did in October, I said, fuck it. He's off the rails. He doesn't give a shit about anything anymore. Yeah, he's a fucking... True. Yeah, you're a cop with nothing to lose, dude. You don't give a fuck about that badge.
He would have picked movies that just take place in December.
Yeah.
Like, they wouldn't even been horror movies.
Technically.
There's a tree in the background.
What can't you guys see about that? So, Eric, do you want to give the synopsis for Train to Busan?
Got you.
Oh, thanks, dude.
A man, his estranged daughter, and other passengers become trapped on a speeding train during a zombie outbreak in South Korea.
That's it.
Quick and to the point.
That's the movie.
Shortest synopsis ever.
Yeah. For one of the most complex movies I feel like we've ever seen. This movie...
You think?
Goes everywhere. Are you kidding me? Compared to other zombie movies. Yeah, it's all over the goddamn place.
In a good way? Or?
We'll get to that.
Yeah, I'm going to need to hear more before I chime in on
no
what
spoilers, Eric.
James, you watched the movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I totally watched it.
I watched a lot of zombie movies. I feel like it's a zombie movie, a very good zombie movie, but it's not.
Well, yeah, I'm saying compared to other zombie movies, I feel like this was deep. This had like actual weight to it, as opposed to something like some random fucking zombie movie you see on Shudder or some shit like that.
Well, random zombie outbreak that happens.
This zombie movie has some of the best writing any zombie movie has ever had.
It's so
like
the emotional weight of this movie is so heavy.
The music when they get sad.
The score is great. Like, and it did a good job of balancing, its core group of characters and like, making you feel enough for them where when stuff does happen, you kind of feel for their character. Because in most zombie movies, anytime someone dies, they die, and it's like, oh crap, it's crazy. But then you're on to the next thing. I feel like it lingers enough where you really like care for the character in the moment.
Yeah, I agree.
Shit.
So Eric, why'd you pick this movie?
I heard a lot of good things about it. And it was a foreign movie, so you know how I like my foreign movies.
You know how I be. I'm not here for the foreign
At this point, do you want to move to Korea? Because like you're like, I like foreign movies, but really you like Korean movies.
Yeah.
No, true though. Korean movies are good.
They go hard.
No, yeah, they're
Korean
great.
Hollywood is better than Hollywood in my eyes.
And so this was on like so many lists where like you should watch this. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah, it's been on my list of like things to watch for a long time. I just haven't felt like it.
So I've seen so many zombie movies, and like this one is always on, like lists about like zombie movies and best zombie movies and stuff like that. But like I never watched it, and I've always been like, oh yeah, I get around to it. Never did, but I'm glad I did.
Because you don't want to read, dude. Yeah. Come on, it's the truth.
It's because a lot of times when I watch zombie movies, it's like I don't really need to focus. It's just about the chaos, the gore, everything goes on. The characters don't matter. So like anytime there's a movie like in this genre that is more, serious. And more, they take time to like, actually develop a story. I'm like, oh, then I gotta waste time actually watching the movie. And like when I watch zombie movies, I turn my brain off and watch chaos.
I go, brains, kill human.
Eat. And then
you become a zombie.
Yeah. I want to be a zombie during zombie movies. But honestly, this top 5 zombie movies of all time.
Oh,
I'm gonna say it.
Wow.
I threw it out there.
Just top 5, huh?
Yeah, because I do like some better.
That's weak. Production information. Directed by Yeon Sang-ho. Produced by Lee Dong-ha. Written by Park Joo-suk. Cinematography by Lee Hyung-deok. Edited by Yang Jim Mo. Production company, Next Entertainment World, Red Peter Film. Distributed by Next Entertainment World. Release date of May 13th, 2016 at Cannes and July 20th, 2016 in South Korea. Box office information. A budget
That's
of
that's the Cannons Film Festival.
Cannons Film Festival?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Cannes.
But it's Cannons Film Festival.
No, it's Cannes though. You're saying it wrong.
I don't know.
It was at the Cannes Film Festival, yes, but it's like Cannes is like the location of the film festival.
So why they got the ES?
Cause it's French, bitch. What?
Yeah, it's French.
Like fragile.
Cannons.
No, it's not Cannes. It's Cannes. Budget of $8.5 million. Domestically, it brought home 2.3%. So this is domestic for
South Korea.
South Korea.
Yeah.
It brought home 2.1 million US dollars, and internationally it brought home 97.7% with $90.6 million, with a total worldwide box office of $92.7 million. That's pretty fucking good. Over 10 times it brought back. That's wild. Rotten Tomatoes, it's got 94% from critics with 117 votes and 88% audience score with 12,819 votes. So, James, have you figured out how to say can yet? Because I know you're looking.
Yeah, pronunciation. You're totally right. I'm totally wrong.
Okay, just like I saw you looking. It was like a scene in a movie where you're hacking the mainframe and all the windows are popping up.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna give him a chance to tell me I'm wrong, and then we're gonna just
No.
move right forward.
Totally right. They're like, in the French, you don't see the ES. It's not cans or canis or it's can. And I said, all right, I'm wrong.
I watched my fair share of documentaries. Thanks. I think I know what canis is.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So.
You may proceed.
Yeah. Oh no, totally wrong. But I was like, I'm gonna check because that just doesn't seem right. But you know,
That just doesn't make sense.
What have we said? 90% of the time, I don't sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I definitely know what the fuck I'm talking about. Galax.
Yeah.
When was the last time when was the first and last time you saw
Wait,
a
you
train?
do Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah,
Did you?
He didn't.
I did. All right, Gaslighter, you want to fucking back up over there? Because I absolutely did. Someone in the chat, we got 5 people watching right now across all of our social medias. Follow us. If you're watching this, recorded by the way, follow us on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. We stream live every Sunday.
It's a little early for all that, but you're right.
The thing is, though, if we pimp ourselves out earlier, it's more likely that people are actually going to follow us. Because if we wait till the end, statistically, most people don't wait until the end.
So I don't know if you did or didn't because I was listening to cans.
So if you're watching live, please post in the chat letting us know whether or not I did do the Rotten Tomatoes. I know I did because I fucked up the audience score again. But for all of my other co-hosts who decide not to fucking listen to me, Rotten Tomatoes, 94% tomato meter from critics with 117 votes, 88% from an audience score with 12,819 votes. Gaslighter. When was the first and last time you saw Train to Busan?
I don't appreciate this nickname.
I don't appreciate you gaslighting me!
Hey, real quick, why didn't anybody tell me we were wearing black shirts today?
I'm wearing our podcast shirt.
Yeah,
so,
you got the official merch on.
Yeah. Turn your lights off, then your shirt will look black.
I know, I was gonna black out my screen at this point.
Okay.
You fuck, I asked you a question.
I don't know if the first time was when we tried to watch it at our friend's house, Alex and Mary. And then
Oh, yeah, our
Okay.
friends, not James and Eric's friends.
Yeah.
our friends as a podcast group. I'm sorry. When we tried to watch it at mine, Joey, Eric, and James's
She
friend's
forgot
house.
Yeah,
Mine, Jose.
Eric,
you're from.
Jaime. So,
Eddie?
yeah, that was like, what? Christmas time last year, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
It was like a year ago.
Yeah.
Wait, what stopped you guys from watching it?
We left.
Just,
We were tired. It was 1 in the morning. Stop. You got to stop.
who starts a
banging shit
foreign
on the
film when you
desk.
gotta read at 1 in
Yeah.
the morning?
Mary Rose Maskovich starts a foreign film that you have to read at 1 in. She was like,
know.
it'll be so much fun. I love this movie. And then I was like, I gotta read. No, thank you. And then
Now
I
when I'm
moonwalked out of
tired,
there.
it's hard
Yeah.
to like see the movie.
Yeah, I would have hated it. I would have definitely liked the movie less if we would
Well,
have
you would have
kept
missed
watching it.
stuff.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
100%.
And then when did you watch it? When did you finish your watch through, Gas? Miss Lighter?
Today.
Oh, okay. Eric, when was the first and last time you saw Train to Busan?
Why doesn't he get his nickname?
First time I saw it about 2 months ago, and I recently watched it this morning.
James, when was the first and last time you watched Train to Busan?
First time, last time would be the same time, and that would be today.
Damn, last
this
time?
morning. No, I definitely watch it again.
We'll get to that.
Are you gonna watch the
Yeah.
sequel?
Oh yeah, so the
Yes,
sequel also came
100%.
out.
I hear it's bad, but I'm gonna watch it.
Oh,
Yeah, I hear
don't
it's
tell
bad
me
as
that, dude. Come on.
No, it's not even like hidden that they said that's like that.
I haven't seen anything about it.
Don't Google it.
Spoilers.
Well, fuck, you Googled it for me,
Don't
asshole.
Google it.
It doesn't matter if I Googled it. So the first time I tried to watch it was at my friend Alex and Mary's house. But I ended up not watching it because I was too tired, And, the old ball and chain made me go home. You know what I
Can
mean?
relate. That's how they be.
Well, it's funny because on the podcast screen you're pointing to James, so he's your ball and chain.
My whole ball and chained.
Yeah, I told him to go home. I was tired too. I was
Yeah.
going to
Pointing at
bed.
nothing.
I told him we should never even start the movie.
Yeah, why? Why would we do that? That doesn't make any sense. And then I watched it fully for the first time today. And today may also be the last time I ever watch this movie, but we'll get to that.
Dun, 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 dun.
So let's go right into it, boys. This movie's fucking great, am I right? It's so goddamn good. It's so good.
I never thought.
Yeah,
I can't tell if you're being you're genuine or
100%
not,
honest.
Joey.
100% honest.
You're joshing?
Not
You're
even
Jamesing?
necking. No,
No
necking?
neck?
Oh shit.
all smoke or whatever you guys say.
No.
On site.
Real talk on site. One of the best zombie movies ever.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Debate me about it.
I haven't watched
Debate.
that many zombie movies, but I prefer fast-moving zombies.
I do
think.
not.
Oh, you don't?
That's
Get
my
the
one
fuck
downfall in
out
this
of
movie.
here. Fast moving
what?
zombies are ass. They're
Yeah.
so
To me,
bad.
To me, like, that's the reason I personally like The Walking Dead, but that's one of the reasons I stayed on for so long, because to me, those are what zombies should be. Like,
Just
I don't like
scientifically speaking, it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense for them to be fast. It just
like
doesn't.
I don't like the rage beast zombies.
Yeah.
These ones are very similar to like almost the Last of Us type monsters, which is
clickers.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I don't know, dude, like cuz like World War Z has those really fast like super smart
Dude, I
zombies.
love those
I hate
fast...
it.
Dude,
Hate
it just when I think of like, oh man, I'm gonna fucking die. It's fucking fat zombies.
Not
No,
I feel, like,
garbage.
I feel like anyone can survive a Walking Dead situation,
But you
because then it
can't.
becomes the humans.
No, but my
No.
issue with like I
Go ahead.
prefer the because of that aspect. It's like yes, most people can take on one-on-one a zombie, but it's when you get the hordes. Like
The
in this
hordes.
situation, there's no way you honestly, there's no way you just like a horde of these zombies, you don't survive. You just don't.
You don't. It's impossible.
Yeah, you're gonna get bit or scratched or twist an ankle and be done for.
Ah!
I'm just saying.
Hold on. Let's leave the
There-
spoilers
there-
for a little bit later.
Okay.
He still ran though. On that twisted
Somehow, okay. So that's one of the things I didn't like is that
Real life would have never happened.
would have never happened. That dude would have died a
Yeah.
million times over. But
Yeah.
fuck it. Oh, what the fuck?
You need that plot ear more though, dude. Come on.
Well,
Yeah.
they needed a final boss is what they needed. Like, they needed one more. Because, what is it with... Maybe it's just the Korean movies that Eric is having us watch. Boy, oh boy, you don't get a happy ending. And it doesn't matter how much you want a happy ending. You don't get it. Fuck you and your happy endings. And I don't like it. This ending was not happy, Eric. You can't
Yeah, well, it
look me in the
wasn't.
fucking eyes and say, no, that was happy.
It was
I thought they were gonna gun him down though. Spoilers.
Dude, if
Spoilers.
they would have gunned him down, I would have preferred it.
Wow, you're crazy. You're wild.
Put
You're
him,
crazy.
put him out of their misery.
So Spiky McNasty in the chat said fast-moving zombies are OP as fuck. I don't know if you like that or not, Nick. You didn't really tell us whether or
just
not you
OP,
prefer
though.
it. They're just
Nothing's
OP.
good about an opposing thing being OP. Like he is versus zombies. I don't think he's unless he's saying like if I'm a zombie I want to be fast as fuck.
Yeah, I don't want that slow movie shit. I want to be an apex predator.
Yeah, he's like if I'm a zombie it's cool to be OP, but against zombies no.
not slow shit all the time. But like
Yeah.
scientifically speaking, and like zombie movies are supposed to be more based in reality, right? Because typically
Yeah.
it's a virus or a mutation or something happens and they become zombies. If you're a zombie, you're dead, right? So that means that your muscles, your ligaments, all of them are deteriorating. You should never be fast.
Dude, your body in a hot climate should totally like deteriorate in like 3 months tops.
And South Korea hot and it's
Yeah.
humid.
Is it really?
Fuck,
You'll turn like gushy. Like you won't even be like
Yeah,
like
wet
all
and
your
gushy actually.
yeah, all your
Oh.
blood and tissue would like.
They're gonna have to clean you up with a bucket
You know,
of mop.
For being
Yeah.
a zombie movie, though, they only mentioned zombie twice in this movie.
Well, so that
Because
was
they
the,
didn't want to categorize it as a zombie. They're like, this isn't a zombie attack.
But so that was something super interesting. So those are the layers that I'm talking about, right? Like I feel like zombie movies like that wouldn't kind of touch on the like your government's probably gonna lie to you. They're definitely not gonna tell you the truth. They're gonna go out of their way to hide it.
Yeah.
Especially if they're zombies. That's why they were. So I think what they said, right, girl, and correct me if I'm wrong, but what they said was ignore anything that has the keyword zombie in it. They said
Yep.
don't look at those news articles. If it says zombies, ignore it. Everything
Yeah.
is fine. We got shit under control. Don't
You,
worry.
you aren't in danger by
Yeah.
our accounts.
And it depends. Like so,
Crazy.
there's usually two like train of thoughts when it comes to zombie movies.
Train
It's, like,
of thoughts.
Train of thoughts. So it's like this world is your world, but zombies has never been a thing, or like this is your world where they like zombies is a fictional thing. So like it all depends. Like because The Walking Dead is more or less our world, but they never knew about like zombies was never like in pop culture.
Which is why
Yeah.
they don't call them zombies.
Yeah, they call them a million different names if you watch all these series.
Right.
So in this one, they knew about zombies. I'm guessing like they knew what it was because they seemed like they were still pretty quick to like
So
mention it.
I mean, they were Googling zombie.
That's what
Yeah.
that's what I brought up to Alex. I was like, that's really weird. I really don't like that most zombie movies, they live in a world where zombies aren't a fictional creature. And then moments, fucking seconds after, they were like, ignore zombie keywords. I was like, oh.
Cause this is one of the few that I can remember that zombies is like a real
It's a
thing.
known
I feel
creature.
like most
Yeah.
people just don't, or most like writers don't want to mention that word in their like videos
Well, yeah.
Because
or
you
like
also-
in their movies and.
Because if
TV
you
shows.
mention it, it's like, oh, you guys should know how to stop these things. You should be able to hit them in the head, smash your brains, and be fine.
But these people do. Like the baseball kid goes straight for domes. He go, "Bop, bop,
But
bop,
I
bop,
mean,
bop, bop."
if you're going for home runs, you're going for the head. All right?
That's not true. If you don't know what zombies are, you're like, I'm gonna break this dude's hip. Bah!
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
break his
at one
femur.
point, like the main character
Slow
was going
zombie
after
maybe.
toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so weird.
A slow zombie, I'd be like, all right, let's just cripple him, knock him down. Fast zombie, I'm taking out. I'm going straight for head, straight blow
Straight
to
for
the
the
dome.
dome, clicking heads.
Yeah, clicking
Ripping them
heads.
to shreds.
Honestly, there was one of the swings where legit he straight uppercut that boy. I legit was like, home run. Like, 'cause he really
He
went for it.
he pointed out, and they went
And these are
wham.
national
Dude
champs.
was the Korean Babe Ruth, man.
I don't want us to praise anybody but my big buff boy, who was the fucking
Dude,
VIP.
he's such a monster, man.
Best character.
He fucking reloaded
Oh
his
my God.
biceps at one
Dude,
point.
he was 3 times Henry Cavill ever could be.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I would love to see them in a fight, though. Holy fuck, I would.
Yeah.
Talk about wet and gushy. Seeing those two dudes fight, come on. But like,
So I
go ahead.
go ahead.
No.
I like what they did too, though. So like, a couple characters they introduced early, like I'm like, oh, they're gonna be some of the supporting characters, and then they died. So like, I didn't know which character. So like, all the train people, I thought they were gonna be important, and then they just started killing them off, and I was like, okay, wait, who am I gonna invest in? Because I don't know who's living or dying.
Yeah,
Like
the
the,
attendants
like
you're
the
talking
chick
about?
with
It got,
the
like, yeah.
bow tie or whatever.
Yeah. Then it got like 4 or 5 characters in, and I was like, okay, I think these are the characters I'm investing in.
The homeless dude was that guy for me. I was like,
Okay.
when they gonna kill him off? When they gonna rip him in half? Like,
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
First
late.
seeing this, I was like, oh, dude, this guy's a fucking zombie.
Yeah, I thought I was like, he's. But that was a cool scene too, though, because you're like, oh, it's like a dude, like that's a chick. Oh wait, unless it's a dude, did I see something wrong?
Yeah.
And then it ends up being the homeless man, and I was like, but there is a zombie on the train.
And I like how the little girl was just like, hey, what's going on over here?
Dude,
Yeah, too nosy. She
yo,
would have died.
she was the nosiest motherfucker. She said, well, there's a bunch of adults over here. Better stick my goddamn nose in it.
No, one of the funniest scenes to me, which was so subtle, when he's like, there's 2 people in there, and I was like, I don't know if I can say this word. So like, I was like, is he okay with his wife and another man being in there?
They're in a throuple. I also, for a moment, I was like, are they in a throuple? Are they?
I was like, is he a pervert? Like, is he just listening in? So
That's
like,
also, yeah.
I thought it was cool. It was very subtle writing, but it added some like levity, and I was like, oh, haha, this has some humor to it. It's funny.
That dude loved the fuck out of his wife.
Oh
Yeah.
He
yeah,
really
man.
did.
So
What were they called their? What did they call their fetus? Sleepyhead or something?
Sleepy,
Sleepy.
just sleepy.
yeah.
Just sleepy.
Because,
But he's too lazy to come up with a name.
man, fuck.
And then we still
And he was
never
like, you
even
know
knew
what?
the
I
name.
made that.
No, he did name her.
What did he name her?
Seon
It's like Seon something.
Hyun is what
All
he
I
named
saw
her.
was I named her.
So when
And then
he
that's
was,
all I saw, and I was like, what's the
I
name?
think you got a notification, so you like look down for a moment. But
Oh.
so he's holding the door, and he calls out to her, and he goes, Seon Hyun, that's her name. I picked
Oh.
our baby's name, and then
Oh,
the scene
and
goes.
then they
Yeah.
have to go back.
That's all
yeah.
I saw is I picked her name, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what's her name?
Oh man, it's
So the main villain, though, like I was like,
The
when
CEO
is he
dude.
gonna
COO.
die?
He was the COO.
Yeah, dude, I was just the whole movie. I was just so pissed at the guy. So he did a
Young-
great job
Young
because
Suck.
he made you hate him.
He was a dick.
Young
yeah.
Suck was
He-
sucky.
He did a perfect job, and there were so many times where I was like, "Bro, stop listening to this dude."
Man,
like,
Yeah.
people were eating his shit up.
Dude, yeah, they were like, you know what? Get out.
but
yeah,
it's because
fuck
like
them.
in a time of like chaos like that, the loudest voice usually stands out.
Fuck
and that's
that.
what
I
it
would have
was.
beat the fuck out of his ass and been like, shut up.
Yeah,
They
but
wild for
also
not just
too
killing
like.
him.
A lot of the people that were him seemed like more upper class as well too, so they were
Yeah.
real like selfish. And like I'm not
Yeah.
saying all upper class people are selfish, but like
But-
That's how
in
it's portrayed.
averages,
Yeah.
But, like, the way they persuaded, because that's even him, the main character, the father. She's like, you're selfish. Like everyone tells him how selfish he is. So it's kind of proven
Dude,
in
when
this
she,
world.
when she drops that line though, she's like,
Yeah.
"This is why mom left."
Dude, that shit
Yeah.
hit
I
me
was like,
right in the balls.
"Fuck."
but, like-
the
Go ahead.
I normally not big on like child actors because I feel like you kind of praise them even though they're not that great.
Oh,
but-
wow. What a fucking
Like-
take. That was hot.
I mean, they get away with
Spicy.
stuff that adults would never get away
That
with.
was,
It's just
that
like,
was some last dab levels of spice. dude.
Yeah.
God damn.
but like her like serious and emotional like scenes all hit because a lot of times I'm like,
Oh.
okay, I get it, but like in
At
this
the
they
end,
hit.
when she's singing,
When she was just
Oh,
like
singing
oh
her
my God.
goddamn heart out, she's like,
or
this
not
is
even
it.
not even
No.
then, but like when they were in the train and she
The
was screaming
train.
because
Oh,
like
yeah.
Where it
her
was,
dad got bit.
they
I was
must
like,
have been
oh,
like, all right, now listen here, little girl. Your dad actually dead. So
Yeah.
she just went on.
the power behind that scene, especially with the way they mix in the music and the sound effects, fantastic. If that was like so like obviously this is a great whole film or whatever, but if there was ever a short film and it was just like a little bit of the train until they get to that moment,
Man, fuck.
best short film of all time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it would win Oscars. It would win
Yeah.
every fucking award known to man.
Yeah.
Because the last what, 15 minutes of this film is perfect.
What-
Perfect.
How did this not win best foreign film? Like, because I'm assuming because it's a zombie movie.
I think because it's a fucking
Probably.
zombie movie, dude.
Yeah.
So, Alex, you mentioned that you haven't. Did you mention that you hadn't seen a lot of zombie movies?
I did.
Eric did.
So, have you seen a lot of zombie movies, girl?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like Dawn of the Dead and
Which one? The
newer
remake?
one.
The
newer
remake,
one?
I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen like Walking Dead, and I've seen like the little stupid ones on Netflix and stuff, like the zoo one, and
The zoo one?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's like zombie animals in a zoo.
Oh, fuck. You lived such
I know
a.
what you're talking about. I personally, I like shitty zombie movies. Like zombie movies are great B films. Like, but it's nice when you actually get some good quality one.
Zombies is what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Holy
that sounds about
Fuck.
right.
Can we watch this?
Oh, this
my
was the
Lord.
first ever South Korean zombie movie.
First ever.
Yep. It wasn't the first zombies on a train. That happened in 1972
Oh,
like-
for real?
with Horror Express. Yeah.
So would this be in the 2016 or 2017 Oscars?
17
2016, right?
Oscars. 17 Oscars.
Oh yeah, I guess.
It
If it
would,
released-
I'm sorry. It would be the ones that take place in 2017.
But it would be its Oscar would be for the 2016 year. I'm trying to see what film won and like Son
No,
of
You would
Saul.
you would have to look up the one that won in 2017. Just
Okay, then.
just look it up and see when that movie was released. Alex is really looking down and doing a lot of work over there trying to figure it out with you. So I think your guys' power combined.
But also going back to the buff dude, Dong Sekma.
Is the
He used to
character's
be-
name or the actor's name?
The actor's name.
Okay.
He used to be the personal trainer for the main actor, Yu Gong.
Really?
Oh, that's cool. Dude's
That's
big
why
as
he's so
shit.
buff.
I feel like I've seen him in other things too.
So it would be this film, The Salesman. It has a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
This got a 93. I
Um,
think this beats it.
but this won a ton of awards. Like Eric has the awards on this one, but this one actually won at the Cannes Film Festival.
Ooh, man, you almost put the S on me. You mean can? You dirted the fuck out of your teeth.
Because the way I look at it, it's so hard for me to just.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like people who say Illinois wrong though.
Yeah.
Like,
Makes sense.
they're always gonna fuck it up.
The Illinois.
The Illinoisian people. But this dude was easily the best character in the whole movie. This guy and the dude from
Oh,
Parasite.
dude, he's gonna be in Eternals apparently.
Oh, it's like, please don't tell me
Oh.
an internment camp. What, Eric?
Eternals. Is he one of the Eternals?
Yeah, he's going to be. Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna be an Eternal?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. This
I'm
guy.
pretty hype about that already. So now I'm all about it.
I'm gonna go out there on a limb because we haven't really talked about it, but I would love to do an episode on this. I want to cast the movie with, we would build out the cast list, and then we could do the story afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But I want this dude in our movie. I want this dude in our movie so goddamn bad. He's so charismatic.
Yeah,
He's so
dude.
warm.
He's
Yeah.
funny.
He's so fucking
When
funny,
he was like,
dude.
"I made this."
Yeah.
Dude, and honestly, I think he does a.
Go ahead, James.
I think he does a great job, especially. Yeah, he's in a Eternal.
Oh,
Like
that's
he's not
dope.
like
I'm
he's not
so
like a side
excited.
character. He's an actual Eternal.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Oh crap! I just totally lost my train of thought because I just read that.
But yeah,
what were you
like
saying?
when we cast our movie, our dream movie,
we make a movie.
this is one of my
All
5
foreign
actors that
actors.
I'm putting on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're gonna pick all foreign actors.
So what I was gonna say was, because being like an American audience or whatever, I feel like it's almost so much harder for me to like kind of get behind a character because I'm too busy like reading and watching everything that's going around or whatever. But like him, even if there was no words on the screen and I was just like watching it without understanding it, still would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Because like that's just how great he was. His mannerisms are great. Like, I mean, and two, like, he's like a character you would want in a zombie game.
Yeah,
Like,
fuck yeah.
everything about him is just perfect for this movie. Like, he has a great backstory. His power set's ridiculous. He just straight
OP.
punches people.
He's picking people
He
up
picked up
from
a
laying
zombie,
down
yeah.
and
Yeah.
almost threw him through the roof of the goddamn train. It's
Dude,
incredible.
he was holding doors with like
50
75
dudes.
zombies. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah,
He's
he talk about OP.
for sure.
Man, oh
Dude,
my god. In
everyone
his
came
chest,
in-
You could
Yeah.
build a whole fucking island community on that man's chest.
But it's like
Fucking-
baseball bats, shields. This man like, nah, guns.
Guns.
Blazing.
My AK and my AR right
Like,
here.
Yeah.
like everyone covered up their arms up to like their like elbows.
Yeah.
Dude,
He was like, "Nah, I only need a little portion of them."
no, he
covered.
did his whole forearm because he was going in and just blasting dudes' jaws off and shit like that.
Like, it looked cool, don't get me wrong, but I was like, you probably shouldn't have took off that clothing. But like, I
he
guess
had to
it's
wrap
like,
his shit in something.
but also too, it's like, okay, now they have less to grab on. But I was like,
Oh, I
man,
didn't think about it like that.
so yeah, it's
His mobility's increased too, though. That shirt was basically a second skin. I wish a
Yeah.
zombie would have ripped it off him, though. I needed that man in all of his glory.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? He's glistening. He's holding the fucking door, and he
Glistening.
goes Sean Hoon or whatever he said the little girl's name was, and then he's just holding it. You see his back muscles rippling. Come on.
yeah.
I know I just described something a little too explicit, so if we get kicked off Twitch, I'm sorry.
I legit though, as soon as I saw him, I was like, dude, he's about to wreck so many zombies.
He's built like
Yeah.
a truck, man.
Man,
Dude, I knew.
The minute he took the scarf off, I was like, my
Yeah.
man's is gonna fucking bop people. He's gonna fucking pick up a whole chair and just whop, break it over somebody's head.
And honestly, for like not having as much gore as most zombie movies have, like it didn't really faze me watching it. Cause like normally I'm like, when we gonna crack some skulls, like literally all the way through, like, and like we kind of got it, but they also weren't really trying to kill them. They were kind of just trying to get through.
They said,
Yeah.
stop attacking me.
Yeah, I would have grabbed knives. I've been stabbing eyeballs out, but you know,
Eyeballs.
They didn't know what they were.
Yeah. But even then, I feel like you can't expect most people to kill something. I think most people. Go ahead.
They're like they've been going back and forth like 15 cars, back and forth, up and down. But then you should know. Early on, totally get it. First time they interact, get it or whatever. Once you're going through like, hey, we got to get through this. We know these people are biting. These people are, taking off whole necks.
Whole ass necks.
Then you kind of got to decide like, all right, we got to take these out.
That woman's got no more gizzard.
Yeah.
Dude, and this was just the director's first live movie.
The director.
Before this, he only did animated stuff.
Oh, cool.
Well,
I mean, it almost feels like it has like, what almost feels like almost like a superhero movie at certain points.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where he gets it from.
Yeah.
I mean, I really, the fact that they did baseball bats because it was so simple and
dude,
yet
why are Korean baseball bats so thin?
I mean, they're like a high school team. I mean,
are high school bats that thin? I feel like.
Well, I mean, we like in America
like
you use
commemorative bats that they're like beating the shit out of people with.
In America, you don't use the bigger wooden bats until the pros. Like everyone else uses aluminum bats. So like it's different. I'm sure they have different. So like even the aluminum bats are at different sizes because they're like heavier and lighter. So like the older you get, the thicker the bat gets. Nice. So I'm assuming it's the same concept. But yeah.
Dude, shout out to Cho Woo-shik though, the baseball player.
It'd be Choi. It's Choi.
But what I thought was cool about that though is like it was a cool way to introduce them because it's like now when they like because in the train car where he like has no weapon, he's able to just grab a baseball bat. Like because I don't like what is it, Ex Machina, where it's like there's
Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, that thing. So it's like, but yeah, in that situation there would be baseball bats up there because they all had their gear or whatever.
Yeah.
So and then it was like a small enough and efficient enough weapon that like it worked out for the movie.
Yeah, did the job.
Yeah, it was cool. Like hindsight, like putting them in there and be like, okay, now we can use baseball bats the whole movie.
But even like my buff boy, not your guys' buff boy, but
yeah.
My buff
He's all
boy.
yours.
Him even seeing like the shield and the thing on the ground, and he goes, "Oh, we'll probably need this." So he scoops it up and then fucking books it to get to the train. It's like this dude is so fucking smart. He's so fucking smart. I need a whole movie where it's just him killing things and people. I'm gonna see him covered in blood. You know what I mean?
Oh. Dude, you never know, dude. I don't know who his character is in Eternals. Maybe he end up being the bad guy and start wrecking lives.
Fuck me up, dude. I'll root against the Eternals. I'll be like, yeah, kill him, kill him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was so excited to see the kid from Parasite. That dude's such a good actor.
Yeah.
Him too.
Yeah.
Cool.
I still have to watch that movie.
Yeah, we got to put it on for you one of these days.
But I love the scene too, like because for most people, I think that was a correct reaction. Like he is going up and then he's like, yeah, nothing. I don't know these people. I'll whack him in the head. And then he actually sees his friends. Yeah.
Oh, and so good. It was, and you see him just like freeze and he's like, ah.
And the other two are struggling.
And I wonder if they do the same concept they do in a lot of other like foreign countries. So like I know for a fact like Puerto Rico and Japan do this, where like you move to a school, especially if you're an athlete, and you like live with these people and you spend all this time with them. So like that's how I looked at it because I've actually seen like, and I'm pretty sure it's in Korea too because I actually watched like a Korean like documentary about a baseball player, and I'm pretty sure they legit like live in like a compound during the school year together and like train and do school or whatever, and then they like come home. So like the attachment to these people is more, they're almost like brothers deeper. Versus than just normally, because normally in America it's like you kind of do stuff like that but not really. It's like you go home to your family, you don't spend months away from your family with a certain group of people.
Yeah. But yeah, that scene was awesome. There's so much depth.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, fuck. Man, I don't know if I can keep killing people now. These are my boys.
That's why he went out in the end, right? With his girl?
Yeah, I'd have killed that bitch. I'd have stomped her shit. Gah, 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 gah.
That's that high school love stuff, though. So, like, I think
like
he's an idiot.
So Romeo and Juliet.
Towards the end, he did.
In that moment, you realize what one true love is.
No,
like,
they bonded through trauma. It's not one true love. They're just like, there's literally no other tale out there in the world who I could bond with on this level. Like, I gotta be with you. And then she gets bit, and he's like, well, Fuck it.
That's how I go out too.
And then they rip the shit out.
He was dumb for that, but like up until that moment, I was okay with every decision he made.
Ooh, you wild. What else? How else can we just love on this movie?
Oh, dude, the guy, shitty father in the beginning, great father at the end.
So that was cool though, right? And it's just me being pretentious. Look at me. I'm going back to episode 20 and I'm putting back my pretentious cap on.
Here we go.
Oh no.
It was cool.
Was it your teacher's hat?
It might have been my
Some type of
teacher's
hat.
hat. It's something like that. It's something that nobody's gonna like me for.
It was your teacher's hat. I
Yeah.
know. I remember it once you said that.
So, all right, I'm putting on my 10th grade teacher hat. I'm gonna analyze
You're
this.
like,
What did we learn in class?
I'm gonna
something like that.
put my analytical hat. It was so cool that the story was. I felt like it was kind of blatant because I was reading really hard into it, but they showed you the two paths that this guy could go down, right? They showed you Buff Boy, who is the loving, caring father who would literally do anything for his wife and his child, and then they showed you the COO, who doesn't give a fuck about nobody but himself. And you see externally the internal struggle that our main character's having, right? You're watching him be selfish, but also try to be a good dad. Like the movie opens with him buying his daughter a Wii, and you're like, oh, that's cool. Like he remembered and he bought his daughter only the most popular console on the planet. And then he looks over and he bought her a Wii like 6 months ago. So
Like
it's like
the look she does is so good. At that point, you're like, oh man, this little kick and act.
yeah,
But
oh
you
yeah.
see later on, it's like very subtle. He also buys her a 3DS.
Did he buy her a 3DS?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had it on the
She was on the
train.
train. It's in the box. You see the box for 3DS. But he
Yeah.
was like, yeah, because it was funny though. She was like, it was Children's Day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what he bought it for. And I thought it was cool. But yeah, it was so subtle. But I was like, because he's like, well, what else do you want? And he's like, oh, I see my mother. But my mother.
My
But-
mother, father.
Yeah.
I need to see my mother.
But to him, the way he expresses love is like through gifts. So he's like, well, I'll get you a handheld Wii.
Fuck it, let run that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like watching as the movie plays out, he's still struggling with it. Like there are zombies and he's still not being selfless.
Yeah.
He's still like showing signs of being that COO. And then he meets up with Buff Boy and he's like, oh fuck. This is like love. This guy would do anything for his kin. Like maybe I should be like this guy. Like and it's
if
so
his
good.
daughter dies though, like it's crazy because the total different path he would have taken.
Yeah.
He would have been. It would like, and even then, so like when old boy steps on the can and he goes back to help him or whatever, like even in that moment he still doesn't know he has to help him, and it's like the only reason you're there in that moment is because he put that jacket over the guy's eyes, and I wonder if that's kind of what makes him like save him or not, or like just everything as he's developing as a character.
Right before that, the zombie or the homeless dude puts the thing on him. The little girl was like, "This is why mom left you." So maybe that like got him thinking, like, "Hey."
But it's everything, right? It's seeing other people.
It is a
be
combination of
selfless.
things, yeah.
Yeah, it's having his daughter kind of spit in his face and tell him he's a piece of shit. It's everything rolled up into one. And he's just, he's realizing like, yo, what the fuck? What am I doing? Like, I can't keep going on with this life. I just can't do it. It's not fulfilling anymore. And yeah, I think that's like one of the best parts of this movie. That's another, like, that's those layers that I'm talking about. You're not going to see this shit in some fucking zombies. You know what I mean? Like, it's so deep. And like, if it wasn't in a zombie movie, this movie would have won awards. If this was just a normal family drama, it might have gotten washed out by other things. But like, the family drama and the stuff that this dude's wrestling with is so deep and it's so rich. And all the actors are so good at the parts that they're playing that you're like, I mean, I almost cried twice. And
But
I did not go into this almost crying. Like, I was not going to almost cry.
No, it had some powerful moments. But I think the thing is, like, this movie, like, without the zombies would be just another, like, almost like another movie. Like, it'd been another good movie, of course. But with the
It'd have
zombies,
been Oscar bait.
it legit puts this movie, though, as, like, one of the best zombie movies of all time. And, like, how many movies can say, like, they're one of the best of the genre that they're in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's special in that way.
I mean, what's the other zombie movies on your list?
Night of the Living Dead, for sure. Has to be in top five.
That's everyone's, like, number one.
Come on.
Me, personally, Shaun of the Dead, even though it's kind of like a satire, is, like, probably my second favorite zombie movie of all time.
love
So
Shaun of
those
the
two
Dead.
for sure. I'd put this one in there at 5. Well, like, anywhere between 3 to 5. And then I would just have to honestly look through other ones and kind of determine.
I would put this at 2.
2.
Well,
2.
personally, for me, Shaun of the Dead is the best zombie movie ever. Like,
Wait, what was your number 1, Joey?
Mine would be Night of the Living Dead, this, and then Shaun of the Dead, because Shaun of the Dead is amazing. It's Edgar Wright though, so anything Edgar Wright and like Quentin Tarantino, like those dudes to me are like on a whole nother plane of existence, the way that they can tell stories, you know.
But even like the original Dawn of the Dead is another one that's top 5. Like not the remake
I haven't
one.
seen the original, so
like,
that's why it's not for me.
Gotcha, and that's like, and those ones are like, those two kind of set the precedent for like what zombie movies are, Night of the Living Dead and the Dawn of the Dead. So like those are there. So like them being classics, and then Shaun of the Dead doing something totally different that like Noah, like they've made other spoofy zombie movies and it just feels too cheesy. Like the way Shaun of the Dead.
What was that Adam Driver zombie movie?
The bad one that everybody hated.
Was it actually bad?
Yeah, apparently people fucking hated it because it was too far in that realm of parody. Like zombies.
It was too meta?
Yeah, it was like almost too meta, and it was slow and it was boring is what people said. I'll watch it and I'll let you know. I'll put it on one day while I'm at work, Eric, and I'll just
But there's like
there's
some like simple ones. There's like and I don't know if a lot of people like it or not, but there's one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I saw it,
like,
and it's not terrible.
Yeah, it's like
good.
slow. It's slow, but it's like it's a very good like before the chaos type of zombie movie. So it depends what you're kind of looking for, I think, as well too. And then plus like I don't like World War Z, but I know like a decent amount of people like World War Z. So
I can't
they're
remember World War Z, to be honest. I watched it, but
I think that speaks volumes about World War Z.
yeah.
Mostly because it was trash. Okay, we're done blowing this movie, so let's go right into our favorite part. Eric, what was your favorite part of Train to Busan?
I really like the part where they recognize that they don't see in the dark. They got a little more sneaky, a little more tactile.
It had some
There was some tactician.
what the fuck is that movie called? We reviewed it. Had some Snowpiercer vibes.
Oh yeah, there you go.
When they were like, "Oh, well, we're gonna fight y'all in the dork."
In the dork.
Wow, 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 wow. Alex, what was your favorite part of Train to Busan?
I really liked just all the suspense in the movie. Kept me on my seat the whole time.
On your seat, huh? Not on the edge of it?
Yeah. On the edge
She
of
said,
my
normally
seat
I'm
the
off
whole
my
time.
seat, but this kept me seated.
But it
Like, normally I
commanded
get up
you.
and I leave.
Yeah.
But this movie I stayed.
I had to. I was stuck to it.
I had
So
to
real
read.
quick, the 28 Days and 28 Weeks movie, also very good zombie movies. I just feel like I had to mention that because I
I've
know
seen
we're watching a
those
zombie
before.
movie.
Yeah, but like, they're not really
Are
zombies.
those slow zombies?
No.
They're fast.
No, they're
they're
fast.
rage. So it's
So
the
those
whole
are actual
rage zombie
rage.
versus slow zombie. Yeah.
But they're not
So-
even really zombies because they're not even dead. I don't think, are they? Some of them
I
aren't
think they're
dead.
reanimated.
Spoilers.
No.
Oh,
Some
are
of-
they?
No, because you can catch the rage virus, and it's
Spoilers.
almost like rabies, where you're
Yeah.
not dead. But if you are dead, I think it does reanimate you.
That-
So some are zombies, and some are rage individuals.
Because that's the issue with like
Rage
stuff like
peoples.
quarantine and like wreck and stuff. Like some
Yeah.
people consider them zombies, but it's like it's a rage virus, same thing. And like something like the crazies, it's like so some people classify
That movie's
rage
bad.
virus. Yeah, some people classify rage virus stuff as zombies, like fast zombies, and some are like, no, it's a totally different thing. So like, if that's an argument with an argument, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
What's up, girl? You were gonna say something.
No, that was one of the things that threw me off in the movie was the inconsistencies of when they got bit and how fast they turned. Some people turned like that, like right away, and then just like Joey's buff dude, it felt like it took him forever to act.
Dude, it's because he was buff.
But
dude.
even the
Come on, he was-
COO took a long time. Like
Yeah.
he was glossed over, and he was like, "Mom, I'm scared."
But then even the dad, I feel like he got bit, and then he kind of turned like right away too.
I think too, it's the level of which you get bit. Because a buff
Yeah.
boy barely got bit in the hand. It wasn't as deep. Because in a lot of zombie like stuff, it's
Like, if they
oh
bite you in the neck, you're instant to the brain.
yeah. Well,
it's
too, it's because
transferred.
you're gonna bleed out till you die,
yeah,
and you become reanimated. So like in a lot of zombie like just stuff, it's like, oh, what's the level? Like if I get scratched by a zombie, I may turn in a couple of days. If he bites off my arm, like a big chunk of my arm, I got like 30 minutes.
yeah. Because the
So-
quicker you die, the quicker you're
But
reanimated.
it doesn't, like you're saying. I get what you're saying though, because it
But
doesn't
It's cool
try
though,
to.
right?
Yeah,
Because
it's fine.
that's also how viruses work. A virus that hits you isn't gonna hit me the same way, right? Genetically speaking.
Dude, oh boy is so big. I was like, it took a while to travel through his body.
Yeah.
But he also had love on his side.
Yeah, 100%,
He said,
dude.
he said, I'm gonna fight through
And-
this shit
and you
because
know-
I
you know what
love
Interstellar said,
Sean.
He was even
Yeah.
still turning and still trying to like fight them off. Until...
Yeah,
But
not
just-
trying.
but they-
He fought them off.
He did.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just because your eyes are glossed over, you're not turned yet though, because we've seen it with other characters.
So that's cool too then, right? Because then you can look retroactively at that scene and you can imagine that he's seeing his wife and his daughter, right? Like, because we saw what happened when the father turned, right? So you're
Yeah.
imagining that, like, that's kind of cool because even in his last moments, he's fighting these zombies off. But
Yeah.
at least he's fighting them off and he's seeing something happen.
Well,
It's like you go ahead.
even the COO was like, I just want to get home to my mom. She's waiting for me.
yeah, so...
So like he had purpose too on what he was doing and why he was doing it. He was still just an asshole on it.
He was
No, he
selfish,
was a piece of
but
shit.
it's like the thing that,
He's a bad
that Joey
person.
was saying. Like, I think you see the thing you care about the most in your
Yeah.
final moments. So, like, it's the whole your life flashing before your eyes type
Right.
situation, but instead it's just like, what is your most happiest moment? And I think that's where it brought you to.
It's probably your brain just doing brain shit. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Well, yeah,
dying, so you're
brain,
like...
it's dying, it's firing all kind of cylinders. It
Yeah.
doesn't know what it's doing.
Right.
It's like I'm dying, but the body's still moving. I don't know what to do.
He's like, I'm still fighting off all these zombies. Let's go,
Yeah.
baby.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I do like the execution of it. But it's kind of like, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like that's something they might over-explain in the next movie, and it'd be a problem.
I'm about to.
So the
buy
next
it.
movie is definitely going to determine, like, because I'd love to see, like, oh, I'd like to see this, and I'm sure the other movie doubled down on some shit that it shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Well, after this movie, he released the animated prequel,
Ooh,
Oh.
that'd be kind of cool.
and then they were like, "All right, let's actually just make a sequel."
And then they were like, let's make a bad sequel. James, what was your favorite part of Train to Busan?
Oh, I like when they just started clicking heads and just straight uppercutting people with baseball bats, dude. Because I felt like, I was like, in that situation, I'm uppercutting heads. Like, I'm not clicking arms or whatever.
Yeah.
I ain't got the power behind these cannons here. They got little water guns. But I would have uppercutted some heads.
Yeah, you gotta at least hit them in the jaw, right, and take their shit off, because then they can't bite
Oh
you.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I'm throwing a can. They're all turning around, and I'm just cracking back of skulls.
Yeah. Dual wielding baseball bats,
Yeah.
like batons or some shit.
Dude, I'd be unstoppable.
I think my favorite part has to be Buff Boy's death scene. Spoilers.
Oof.
When he died, I was fucking struck. I was like, oh fuck, like a tear rolled down my eye as he was like, I named our baby. Look at how big my fucking arms are.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude.
that's the second saddest scene I feel in the movie, so, like, it has a lot of weight to it.
I
Then
just
he
like the
picks up a
character so
zombie.
much. It was number one sad moment for me.
He was holding back so many people that I was like, the strength. I was like, are we watching Game of Thrones? Is he Holdor?
Yeah.
He's holding the door.
Yeah. Go ahead, girl.
I never thought that I was gonna actually cry at a zombie movie though.
So, do you want to talk about what you thought was the saddest moment?
I started crying, and I'm getting teary-eyed now because it's just so sad when his daughter knows that he's been bitten, and he has to be like, I have to leave you.
And when she said,
Yeah.
"Don't go, it's all my fault. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry." Oh, come on.
I was
Yeah.
like, Joey, can you hand me some tissues?
Yeah. I reached over and grabbed him. Yeah.
Like, that was honestly, like, one of the saddest, like, film moments I've ever
dude,
seen.
that kid.
Ever.
man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And she's screaming. It's guttural. It's
Yeah.
so visceral how she's
And the
The
music
acting
didn't
is
help
so
either.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, her acting on that carried that. Because, like, of course it's sad and he's, like, pulling away, but the amount of emotion they got out of her from that scene is crazy.
Bro, the directing, when it zooms in on her
Yeah.
hand on his fucking arm and she's
like,
squeezing
clenching.
his
Yeah.
shirt for dear life. Oh.
I honestly think like foreign actors and actresses are the best ones. I don't know.
For conveying emotion.
Yeah.
Well, see, I
most-
don't
I
know
said
if
it.
Actors
because-
aren't even American actors.
But
like,
the thing is,
Yeah.
I still don't know this. Is it because you're reading? Is it because you're actually reading the plot? Do you think?
But I
you
feel like
more
that would make it
invested?
worse though, right? Because when you're
'Cause-
not reading, you are only looking at them.
Yeah.
You are experiencing all of it without
No,
having...
I would have cried either way.
Oh, 100%.
Would have cried
It's
either
the
way.
feeling, it's the emotion.
don't
Yeah.
they say the best way to learn something is to, like, read it, see it, hear it, and all that stuff, though?
Yeah.
I don't have to
Like-
learn how to be sad, Dick. I cry at everything. All right,
No,
you
but, like,
could,
how
you
Eric's
could
saying,
cut
though.
yourself trying
Fucking
to clip
Bambi
your toenails,
dies
and I'm gonna
and he
start
cries.
crying for you.
Bambi doesn't die. Bambi's mother dies.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and fuck that bitch.
And there's a dark Disney theory that Gaston's the one that did it.
Oh, that'd be dope. Could
Oh,
you
shit.
imagine if he's like, nobody
yeah.
kills moms like Gaston, and he
Yeah.
That's really dark.
It is dark.
not dark enough, dude. I need to see.
Man,
him
I knew I
eat
didn't like
Bambi's
him
mom.
before, but now I really don't like
Yeah.
him.
Nah, I hate him.
No,
for
I
real.
hate him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think it's sadder because you're reading it though.
I think it does give more to what's going on because for me, I would have missed something being said that
'Cause
would
you're
have made it,
crying.
yeah, that would have made it like less sad. And I'm like, oh,
Well, my thing too is like, it depends, like, because as stuff's being said, like it depends, like, because you're like, oh, I'm seeing it, and then it depends. Sometimes the translation it'll come before or after someone says or does something.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends because it's like now I'm reading it first, like, oh, such and such screams, and then you're like, oh, someone's about to start screaming.
Yeah.
Or if like, so I guess it. In this movie I don't even know how they did it, but like I think if like someone screams and it's like screaming, I'd be like, well, yeah, they really are screaming.
You nailed it, closed captioning.
Yeah.
You fucking did it, buddy.
But me, it doesn't make a difference. I'm not someone that I think reading it makes a difference, but I can understand the argument if someone says it does.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I don't think it makes it. I think the acting is what decides it.
yeah.
You're only gonna feel as much as the actor's giving you, right? And as much as the director's giving you.
Dude, and I
'Cause
just
if
feel
she
like when they
would've-
start yelling, it's just so much more.
But
I
no,
don't know.
it's
Like
not
I
that-
said, it's
it's
just
not that-
like
It's not that foreign films have more emotion behind them. We've only seen the best of these foreign films.
Exactly.
Like
We haven't
we're
seen
not
a
seeing.
shitty Korean.
They also
zombie
put out a
movie.
ton of bad movies.
Yeah.
We're only seeing the top 1%.
Yeah,
If we
you're
saw
welcome.
the top 1% of American-made movies, we'd feel the same way.
And she would hate every single one of them.
Yeah.
But
I never said I hated this movie.
it's
Not
because it's
yet.
not an American movie. You're
Yeah.
right. What
Yeah,
James
but we're
is
seeing
saying
the
was-
creme de la creme.
What James is saying is, if you only watch top 1% American movies, then you would only say that
dude,
Americans.
and
are
this
good
is
actors,
only
right?
the 14th highest grossing domestic film. Parasite is 19th, just as
Wow.
like a thing.
That's crazy, but it's also been out.
I'm sure if you look at those numbers for American, it's all like superhero movies,
Yeah.
like in the same spots.
So Galax, what was your least favorite part of Train to Busan?
When the father decided to use his hand to block that dude's mouth and not that bitch's purse.
That bitch's purse was right there.
Dude,
She
He
don't
had
even
it in
remember
his hand.
Yeah,
he was in shock.
yeah, he grabbed it from him.
wow.
Because
He was too
because
slow.
the zombie grabbed her purse, so he like
Yeah, yeah.
knocked it out of his hand or whatever. Yeah, that was a bonehead move, but he was tired. He fought off all those other zombies in the train cars.
He was trying to relax.
He was.
Dude, he was
trying to
tired,
chill.
dude. He was so tired.
He got a new piece of ass.
Cause like he was right there. He was almost to Busan.
Yeah,
Almost.
Busan.
Busan.
Well, you know what they say, close but no cigar.
You ain't lying. That wasn't no horseshoes he was playing. He had to hit it or fucking quit
It
it.
wasn't a hand grenade.
It was not a hand grenade. That would have helped him though a little bit.
I mean, they all could have died together.
Hey, and I'm just saying this can almost be a Christmas movie because when the zombies were hanging on to the train, they kind of looked like a Christmas tree.
Okay.
That's a stretch, but all right.
Yeah, I'll take it.
No, it's just that
That's
in
all I
July,
could think about.
Eric will be like, "Oh, Christmas with the Cranks." That's what we're watching today.
Yeah. He said, we're going to watch all the Santa Claus movies.
Every single Santa Claus.
If anything, it'd be like Die Hard or Home Alone too.
Yeah.
No, you would pick fucking Christmas in fucking Hong Kong, and we would all watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was some foreign.
The
yeah.
most Christmassy foreign film he can find.
Yeah,
I bet.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the farewell took place during Christmas, didn't it, or something close?
No.
Are you sure? They don't really
That
give
was
us a
during the
time frame.
summertime.
Summertime in China. They're on the other side of the planet,
I
homie.
thought it was like a holiday that they were. No, they were going for a wedding.
Oh,
Do they
was it
celebrate
wedding?
Christmas in China?
I don't know. What does Chinese Santa Claus look like?
I mean, it depends if they're Christian.
Yeah, Christianity's a thing over there too. I don't know. Look it
Yeah,
up
man,
while
we
I
travel all
ask
over the
Eric.
world, dude.
What
I'm
his-
asking. I don't know.
I'm looking.
I'm trying to host this shit
Wait.
show, so.
I'm looking up the farewell.
No, you have to look up what Chinese Santa Claus looks
Oh.
like.
Okay.
Eric, what was your least favorite part of Train to Busan?
I don't know if this is fair, but like some of the CGI was a little off. You know, kind of took me out, but at the same time, I was like, you know, for $8 million, you know, what can you do?
That was my thing too.
You can
But
do
it's like
better CGI
I
for $8
assumed it was a
million.
low budget though, and I mean it's kind of hard. They had a lot of train stuff.
They
all right?
rented the fuck out of some trains, dude.
That had to be expensive.
It had to have been just to operate those bitches.
Yeah.
Like I guess you had to see it, but like the first deer scene.
Yeah,
thought
the
that
deer looked
scene
like shit.
Really?
No.
I
No,
thought
when it
looked
zoomed
fine.
in, it was good, but when it
Yeah,
was
on the outside it looks cartoonish.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some finer details when they zoomed in on them.
yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
when all the way in, I was like, okay, but it's like kind of fuzzy on
Mm-hmm.
the outside and kind of like grainy looking. I didn't like it.
What's up, girl?
Come on, dude, you know all the pixels. How'd you not see that?
I was reading. I couldn't pixel peep. I was too busy reading.
Deer animating.
Dear animation shit. Go ahead, girl.
I don't know how to say it, but apparently the way that they say Santa, it means old Christmas man.
Dope.
Oh.
And
That's
they don't
pretty
really
descriptive.
have like their Santa looks like ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they do celebrate Christmas.
A tradition that's becoming popular on Christmas Eve is giving apples. Many stores have apples wrapped up in colored paper for sale.
That's
People
whack.
give apples on Christmas Eve because in Chinese Christmas Eve is called Ping and Yi, meaning peaceful or quiet evening, which has been translated from the carol Silent Night.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Fucking
So they just give apples.
because it's supposed to be peaceful. Duh. James,
Man,
what was
give
your
me a
least favorite part?
PS5.
Some people go carol singing, although not many people understand them or know about the Christmas story. Jingle Bells is a popular Christmas song in China.
So it's newer to China. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like, yeah, that makes sense.
James, what was your least favorite part of Train to Busan?
So I know you guys liked when the zombies couldn't see or whatever, when the light came off or whatever. Thought it was a little stupid.
they had cataracts. They couldn't see.
Yeah, he did have cataracts, but I was like, y'all can't smell or nothing. Y'all eyesight, I guess.
It's eyes and ears. The fucking nose.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
man.
like, yeah. And so it's like you lost your sense of smell.
Mhm.
Y'all got COVID, I guess. All right.
I can't even taste this human.
Yeah, but like
How
I
can
was
they
like,
smell through their own death and filth?
every
Yeah.
other zombie does.
Do
Except
they?
for the Train to Busan ones.
Yeah, except for these ones.
Not here, baby.
It's. I don't remember any other zombie movie they being able to
I
smell.
mean, in The Walking Dead, right?
No,
that's,
they
that's the way
smell.
they cover themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they hunt with the sense of smell. Yeah.
Yeah.
My least favorite part was easily that I couldn't turn on an English dub. This movie's not dubbed in English.
Did you try?
Yeah,
Would you have watched it in that?
I would have only for Alex. Just because I know she doesn't like reading foreign films.
I
which
didn't
is
know that
fine.
was an option.
Didn't know it was an option. But, like, you know, it is totally okay to not like foreign films because you don't like reading. I'm not going to call you a racist. I'm not going to call you a piece of shit.
Nah, he did that earlier.
What? But, like, it's okay if you want to watch a movie to just watch it. Because that's what the fucking movie is. If you wanted to
Yeah,
read
I
a book,
guess.
you could go read a book. I'm okay with reading. But, like, I
Well-
can understand where somebody cannot be okay with it. And so
Well, that's
if
why I
can...
didn't watch.
Go ahead.
That's why I didn't watch this zombie movie because I'm not trying to watch zombie movies expecting,
Yeah.
a fine piece of film.
Yeah. So, like, I was just trying to make sure that I could make it as enjoyable as possible for her. So I looked to see if there's an English dub. Not an English dub. Least favorite part of this film. That, and that the COO makes it to the last 15 minutes. Hated that. Fuck that guy. Give me a different final boss.
He also hated that his buff dude died.
I love that scene, though. He needed to die for the emotional weight to happen.
But he had to die.
He did.
Yeah.
He's too OP.
The
He-
movie, the
Too
movie, in the
OP.
end, yeah.
He was
They
gonna,
nerfed him.
he was gonna,
He,
he
yeah,
was
they didn't
gonna,
nerf him in the end.
he was
They
gonna
took off his ear more.
yeah. he took off the shirt.
Because the movie in the end, it's like Big Boy literally just grabs him and throws him off the train in the end.
Yeah, he
If-
picks him up, he spins him like some fucking pizza dough, and then he throws
Yeah.
him.
And
Yeah.
like even when they're pulling down the train, he stomps their hands out and breaks their wrist instantly, and then they're gone.
Not even that. He goes over there and punches their wrists.
He does punch it, yeah. He punches where they're holding on it. He punches the whole bar off.
Yeah.
Like,
and then the engine breaks down, so he opens the hood of the fucking train, and then he starts punching that too.
What?
And then it kickstarts the engine.
And so they don't catch up. He gets behind it and just starts running
Pushing
behind
it.
the train to go even faster.
But he doesn't just run into it. He runs and punches it. He just is
Yeah.
fucking laying into the back of the train.
I don't think we watched the same movie.
Yeah.
No, that's
I don't
how,
remember
dude,
any of this.
That's how
This is
strong
a
that guy
prequel
would have
to
been.
Eternals.
Yeah. He
Oh,
comes
true.
back de-zombified
Oh.
and just
Yeah.
starts fucking spin punching everything.
In the Eternals, if he doesn't punch the shit out of people, I'm upset.
What if he gets small? He had to get small for the role.
Nah, man.
As long as he
I
punches
think-
shit, what do I care?
I seen Kunal get like super big. Everyone gets big for that
They
movie.
need contrast, dude. They need.
Yeah. No, dude, I've seen like an outline of like the things like some drawings or whatever. All of them are big.
Yeah, it's a Marvel movie. Who's gonna be
Yeah.
small?
Dude, if anything though, he's gonna be more buff. Dude's gonna have a 6-pack.
Yeah, he's gonna be
Oh.
fucking lean, is what it is. He's gonna
He's
be
gonna look
just
like Brock Lesnar.
Fuck me
Yeah,
up.
man.
Give me South
we'll see.
Korean fucking Brock Lesnar.
I mean, yes, we literally will see.
If he doesn't take his shirt off, though, worst movie in the MCU.
Dude, every man takes their shirt off once in the MCU.
Eric, do you want to do the cinema score questions, or do you want me to? Because we're
I'll
over
do.
time.
All right, Alex.
Hmm.
Would you rent it?
Yeah.
Would you buy this movie physically,
Yeah.
digitally?
Yeah.
$5 at Best Buy, FYE, Voodoo, Walmart.
Sure.
Wow.
Oh my God! Put it on the background while.
See?
Yeah.
While people are all over.
No.
Well, people are all over, dude.
Because you have to read it, so I don't think.
True. True.
Yeah.
But imagine you're drinking, you're hanging out, you're talking, and then all you hear is, "Ah, Daddy!"
Yeah.
Ah!
Would you recommend?
Yeah. For anyone that likes zombie movies, be like, go watch this.
Jaime, would you rent it?
No.
Buy it physically?
No.
Digitally?
No.
Wow.
For $5 at Walmart?
Actually, I would buy it digitally. And I would buy it at my favorite place, Walmart for $5.
And you could buy it too for 25% off using our discount code walmart.com/referral/soonerorlatertv.
Would you put it on the background while people are all over?
No, because the same thing. Like a lot of times if I have people over, I do, but people are talking and stuff, so they would lose a lot of the movie.
Yeah. And would you recommend?
Yeah, I
It-
think it's honestly one of the best zombie movies I've ever seen.
But you wouldn't buy it.
No, he said he'd buy it.
No, I'd buy it. I
No, digitally, sorry.
would only buy it digitally. I don't need the physical copy.
Joey, would you rent it?
Yes.
Buy it physically?
Yes.
Digitally?
Yes.
$5 at FYE? What's your preferred Best Buy?
Fuck all that.
Fuck all
Not happening.
Oh, you want the full amount? You wanna
Yeah,
pay full?
I need these people to get as much of my money as possible.
Would you put it on the background?
Sure. With or without people over, Eric?
Both. Without people?
Without people? No. With people? Yes. I need them
would
to
you
be
recommend it?
traumatized. Absolutely. Everybody needs to watch this film. Everyone. This is a masterpiece. How about
I
they
wouldn't
say it?
rent it. I wouldn't buy it physically.
What about digitally?
I would buy it digitally.
Ooh.
And then I wouldn't put it on the background, and then I would 100% recommend it. As a
Ratings.
foreign master myself,
As a master of the foreign arts.
As the man who gives the foreign to the arts.
James, what do you rate Train to Busan?
If you take mine, we're no longer friends.
9 out of 10, almost getting smashed by a big ass train for no reason.
Okay, good.
That actually is probably my least favorite part. I didn't like the added bit of danger there.
For no reason, yeah,
For
yeah,
no
yeah,
reason.
yeah.
There's none.
Yeah.
Like, that didn't need to happen.
It didn't.
Well, the hobo needed to thrive.
It was,
right?
yeah, they need to kill the hobo.
They could have killed him some other way.
They could have been
Could've,
chasing
yes.
after him, and he could have turned around and been like, "Yeah!"
Yeah.
He could have dove on them when they were all on the train in the end, and
Yeah.
He
yeah.
could have died by the Christmas
But
tree.
they had to separate the group of people too. Is
Yeah.
why they did it. But
I just still didn't like it.
Mister.
Alex, what do you give Train to Busan?
I give it 9 Wii consoles out of 10.
Dude, Eric is pissed.
Damn.
For the audio listeners, Eric was mad.
so real quick, I changed my rating. 9.5 out of 10.
Oh.
Okay, then I changed
Highest
mine.
rated?
9.6.
Highest rated movie?
Ever, I think at this point.
I mean, it depends on your guys' rating, but it's looking that way.
9.6 Wii consoles out of 10.
I give Busan Hyung 9 shitty COOs out of 10. Or I give it 9 I named our baby out of 10. And Eric, what do you rate Busan Hyung?
I rate it 8.9. Selling all your stocks out of 10.
8.9 funding a zombie outbreak out of 10.
Without
You know what's
knowing
funny?
it.
Without
We're
knowing
gonna go
it.
back and look at all the ratings, and this one is not gonna be number 1 because that 0.1. Watch, Eric, you did it.
Yeah, he's gonna literally not be the highest rated.
It's gonna be
film.
number 2 by 0.1.
Granted, I don't think this should be the highest rated film. Just saying. I don't
This is one of
think-
my favorite films we've seen.
Wow.
Damn.
We
I
saw-
prefer this over.
we saw
I'm
Mike.
like, all but,
sorry
like, probably
you
2
didn't
movies.
like Cats Don't Dance. Damn.
That movie was great, and we had
I
so
gave
much
that movie like
interaction.
a 6 or 7 when
Way too
I
high.
went into it as like a 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot that I have to do that. Oh, fuck! It's my turn for movies.
Yeah, so
Oh,
why
yeah.
don't you choose
Guess
Train
what?
to
Guess what? I'm not gonna do shit. Fuck the wheel. No, you know what? I am
Wheel.
gonna do the wheel.
No, you gotta do the wheel, at least if it's one choice.
Yeah. Okay, but you guys can't look. Stop looking.
Why?
Just don't
I
look.
Then
never
stop
opened it
sharing
up.
your screen.
But then it'll fuck up the thing.
I never looked.
Yeah, I'm not in it.
Okay.
It only took. Oh, I'll read off facts while Joey's doing
Yeah,
this
there you
shit.
go. Girl, stop looking.
So it only took 4 months to film, apparently.
Really?
They started in April and ended in August.
Well, a majority
Wow.
of the movie's set on one train, right? And even when they
Oh,
switch
I don't
trains,
know.
I'm assuming they go on the same train, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the set was like.
I don't know how
didn't see.
trains work, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
I don't know about trains, planes, and automobiles, but
Automobiles. Okay, here you go.
It's also the first South Korean film to cross the 1 million mark at Singapore box office.
That's kind of wild.
That is-
Okay, you guys can look now. So for everybody who's listening at home, my wheel consists of Jingle All the Way.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
So it's time to spin that wheel.
Whoa.
Oh,
I wonder what it will land on.
I have no idea.
Oh, shit.
yellow jingle all the way.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. On Sunday,
I don't
we
even
will
know
be
what that is,
watching.
dude.
What?
Is that Arnold?
It's the Arnold movie where he becomes
Oh,
Turbo
I-
Man.
I didn't know that's what it was called.
The
Yeah.
toy. And Sinbad.
Saw Sinbad in the movie, so fucking funny.
Sinbad knows what movies he's in that movie.
Wait,
100%, he knows that he's a character in a movie,
Yeah.
and that he's the bad guy.
You should have specified
Yeah.
1 or 2, Joey. Come on, dude.
One. Come on, buddy. Can you not?
I didn't even know they made a sequel.
Me either. God, we're
Larry
definitely
the
not
Cable
doing that.
Guy.
Oh, that must have just
get
come
the
out then, right?
fuck
Or
outta
what, like
here.
2017 maybe?
2015.
14?
14?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's kind of wild. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in on YouTube, Twitch, and my personal Facebook to watch us stream our review of Train to Busan live. Continue listening and watching and showing your support over on all of the social medias at Sooner or Later TV. If you couldn't catch us on any of our live streaming platforms, not a big deal. That means you're most likely listening on every single podcasting platform and watching the VOD on YouTube. Our episodes are recorded live every Sunday and uploaded every Tuesday. I try to get it out by 9 a.m. on Tuesday. So tune in next week for our review of Jingle All the Way. Wear your mask. Don't hug your loved ones because you should be socially distancing. and we love you. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.